It's 5:50 a.m. and the sun just woke me up. It is so bright outside. Yesterday it was still pitch black at this time, and it was so cold last night that I had a really hard time sleeping. I slept in everything that I brought and it was still really cold. So the sun is up, so it's time to get going. Okay, as of right now, I can hear the waterfall. I do not see it. There are just trees everywhere. And I finally reached the first part of the trail that isn't completely flat and smooth and on level ground. So now I'm going up a little bit of a hill. So I hear water this way. So hopefully it will wind me around. Oh, okay. Here's a stream from the waterfall. Oh, mosquitoes. Okay, I can't stop. That's nice. That was unexpected. So yeah, I think it's here shortly. Best view ever. I can take my hand in the water. That is chilly water. Okay, time to hike back and get to the next stop. And back we go. Bye, waterfall. It was worth the trip all the way out here just for this hike and that waterfall. I would do this every day if I wasn't leaving today. If I didn't live 2 plane rides away, I would do this hike every morning. Every morning I'd wake up before sunrise and I'd hike the mile out, and I would sit and I would enjoy it, and I would hike the mile back, and then I would get dressed and then go to work, and that's how I would start every single day. If only I lived in the middle of absolutely nowhere in Oregon. Don't worry, California. I still love you. Okay, so I just got to my next destination, which is stop number 3, which should have been stop number 2, and it is the Pinnacles. It's an overlook, so I am looking for a bunch of volcanic formation rocks, and this is the trailhead. So I think there's an entire hike that goes around it, which I'm not going to do because it's almost 8:40, and I was hoping to be back at my tent by 9 o'clock, but I did that impromptu hike to the waterfall, which I do not regret in the slightest. So the sun is out. It's getting pretty hot, which is excellent because I'm almost done for the day and for my trip. Okay, here we go. I hear a lot of strange bird sounds that I've never heard before. Oh, they look like castles. Okay, so I found some more of them. So I parked and went to the right. Here is the view here. That's really neat. And I do see a stream down there, so I don't think there's any more waterfalls. Maybe it's just a nice little stream, but it sounds really pretty. And these formations are just, I've never seen anything like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you where we've been and where we're at. And then, time to get on to the next place. So everything else from here is pretty much going to be done in the car. So here's the map that I've been using. Okay, so here is where my campground is, right here. And this morning I did the East Loop, so I went past the park headquarters and I did the East Rim Drive. and I got out of the car for the first time at Bikini Falls over here, so I drove this way here. I'm gonna hit this overlook on the drive back, and then here I went down Pinnacle Road and I'm at the Pinnacles. This is where I'm at right now, at this overlook right here. And then I'm gonna drive back this way and I'm gonna go up just a little bit so that I can stop at this overlook and this overlook, and I will come back down here and pack up the campground. And then on my drive out, I'm going to go this way, which is the way that I came in. And where I was yesterday, where I found all those waterfalls unexpectedly that I said was off the map, is I had left the camp this way up the north entrance road, and I had gone up here and I started off at Diamond Lake, and Diamond Lake is not, all of this area is off my map, so I was way up here. So I found a lot of really wonderful things that I was not expecting because it wasn't on my map. So that's my plan for the day. I'm really excited to see more of Crater Lake. So I did see a little bit of it yesterday, but the sun wasn't even out yet, and I would love to see a little bit more. So that has been my journey so far. So I am going to head back to the car and get to those two overlooks, and then I am going to go and rest for a little bit in my tent before I have to pack it up to go back home. There was actually one other car here, and it just left, but people are just now starting to wake up and come outside, and it's almost 9 o'clock, so I no longer have the park to myself. Okay, I found an unmarked overlook as I was passing by, and I have to stop and see what this is. And it is more of the lake, so awesome. I thought I would have to drive another 15 miles or so to be able to see it. Wow. So yesterday I was completely on the other side, way over there where you can see that the snow at the end of July. That's where I was yesterday. So this is my first time seeing this side, and they have this tiny little island here. I'm not sure which one that is. Okay, so this sign here says that it is Phantom Ship. Okay, so I'm off to the last two overhangs. It's about 9 o'clock now, so I'm a little bit behind schedule. So I will have to stop stopping. This is the path to the Phantom Ship Overlook. I don't know how long of a hike it is. I thought it would just be off the side of the road, but there's a trail. So here we go. With as well marked as the last waterfall hike was, this path is not. So it comes to a point where it just goes into totally opposite directions and is totally unmarked. So I started down one way, and that seems to go the opposite direction I'm thinking. So I've turned around and I'm going to go back the other way. I had to earn this view. Whew. Okay, so hopefully the view is amazing. Okay, so here's the view from that short hike over from the Overlook. Well worth it. I got off the trail a little bit and found some nice logs to sit on. It's gorgeous. So this is the last view of the lake before I reach my campground in just a few minutes. I'm just a few miles away. So this is it. The last final views before I go back home. Okay, so it's 11 a.m. and I just got back to my campsite. I saw so much. I saw some extra stuff that I didn't actually plan on seeing. There were a lot of overlooks and things that I didn't even know were there. So I got to see a lot. I did a couple more really small hikes, and to get to the really good view, and it was really worth it. I was gone for a couple hours longer than I thought I would, and it's really hot, so my spot is not shaded, which is funny because all the neighbor spots all around me, it is just nothing but shade. Here right next door they have so much shade, like the entire thing is shady, and that looks amazing, but mine is just straight sun. So this is it, the very last few moments at my campsite here at Crater Lake National Park, the end of a wonderful birthday weekend. So I'm gonna grab my tent, grab what's left from my bear box, toss it in the rental, and then start making my way to the airport, and I will pack and change somewhere along the way. Bye tent, I hope to use you again soon. Okay, so it's about 12:30 and I'm about 40 minutes into my drive to the airport, and I'm about halfway there, and all of a sudden on the side of the road there's a sign for a falls, and I thought I would take a really quick look. It looks, I can hear it already, and I just pulled over, so it seems like it's right off the side of the road. So hopefully this will be maybe 10 minutes and then I can get back on my journey and still be good for time. But I'm just hoping to catch just one last one before I get back home. Okay, so it only took me about 3 minutes to get to this point. It was really fast, and look at what I found. I can't believe I almost missed this. I'm driving back home the same way that I came, and I don't remember seeing any signs for any waterfalls on my way down, so I'm thinking I was just so excited to get to Crater Lake that I just missed the signs. But this is so incredible. So I'm gonna go a little bit further and then I'll have to go back up. I did speak to someone who said the walk up is really steep and there were people stopping to catch their breath everywhere. So I don't have time for that, so I'm gonna walk a little further. I'd love to see the bottom, and yeah, let's give it a try. Okay, so all the paths seem to be leading upwards, and I wasn't sure why, because I'm trying to get to the base of the waterfall, and I now see why, is that there is not one waterfall, there is at least two. I don't know why everything is off the edge of a very steep cliff. Really wish they would stop making that all the good lookout points. Okay, so the first waterfall is right here to my left, and then out of nowhere, here's a second waterfall right here to my right. So I'm not sure how to get down. Again, all the paths are going up, so I'm gonna go a little bit further up and then I might have to turn around. Wow, so right now I can see two waterfalls at one time coming down from different sides of the mountain. So that's amazing. Okay, let me keep climbing. Okay, so I only took a few more steps and I'm as high as I can get. There's a bunch of boulders over here, and this is it. Like, the path just completely ends. But it did bring me to, of course, another steep drop off with like 1,000,000 feet between you and the bottom. But I don't see any other waterfalls, but from here I can actually see the top all the way to the bottom of the second waterfall. It's a long way down. So here's the waterfall. That is so incredible. It's hard to pick a favorite. I've seen so many now, and they're all so different in their own way. But it is beautiful, and it was such a surprise to see two. So I don't have time to go down because I don't want to be the person that misses her flight because she couldn't stop going to waterfalls. So I'm gonna head back to the car and get back on my journey. Okay, so I'm in a gas station about a mile from the airport and I'm filling up my rental car, and I'm in a Kroger and they actually get the gas for you. I've never seen that. Apparently it's an Oregon thing, and New Jersey, the attendant told me. So that's fantastic. I don't have to get out, which is amazing because it's hot. and then they just hand you the receipt. So I do have to pull around and park because I need to pack my suitcase and I want to do it in the shade, so I have to get out anyways, but what a pleasant surprise. Thank you, Oregon. Okay, I have just landed in San Diego. That was several hours of flying on multiple flights. I am finally home, back in my home city at my home airport. I had such a great birthday, so I'm about to go pick up my car and then I will be home. Thank you all so much for coming with me. I did have an incredible birthday and I can't wait for the next adventure. I will see you guys soon.